Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into James Clear's Atomic Habits to tackle a really interesting, kind of counterintuitive question. What if setting those huge, ambitious goals is the very thing that's stopping you from succeeding? I mean, let's just start with a feeling we've all had, right? You get this burst of inspiration, you set a massive goal, you're going to lose the weight, write that novel, finally learn the guitar, you're all in, and then, a few weeks, maybe a month later, poof, you're right back where you started. It's so frustrating, and it happens to pretty much all of us. But what if the problem isn't you? What if it's not about a lack of willpower or not being motivated enough? What if the problem is the goal itself? So today, using Atomic Habits as our guide, we're going to break down why focusing so much on the big finish line can actually be setting us up to fail from the start. Okay, so here's the first big idea from the book, and honestly, it's a bit of a mind bender. Think about it for a second. Every single athlete at the Olympics has the goal of winning a gold medal. Every person applying for a job has the goal of getting it. The winners and the losers, they often have the exact same goals. So if everyone's aiming for the same thing, the goal itself can't possibly be the thing that separates them. And there is another sneaky problem with being totally goal-obsessed. It creates this finish line mentality. Picture a marathon runner. They train like crazy for months. But the second they cross that finish line, what happens next? The motivation just evaporates. Because when your entire focus is on that one moment, that one achievement, there's nothing left to drive you forward after you've hit it. It's the perfect setup to just slide right back into your old habits. So if setting huge goals isn't the answer, then what is? Well, this is where the book suggests we make a really fundamental shift in how we think, turning our focus away from the destination and instead looking at the journey itself. And it's all about focusing on your systems. See, a goal is the result you want, like, say, write a best-selling novel. A system, on the other hand, is the process that gets you there, like write one page every single day. And here's the book's radical advice. Forget about the goal. Seriously, just fall in love with the system. Your commitment to the process is what actually dictates your progress, not your desire for the outcome. Now, this is exactly where most of us give up. Why? Because in the beginning, progress is almost always invisible. Imagine this. You've got an ice cube sitting on a table in a really cold room. Let's say it's 28 degrees. You start putting in the work, you start warming up the room, but when you look at the ice cube, absolutely nothing is happening. The temperature creeps up, 29, 30, 31 degrees. And that ice cube is still just an ice cube. It feels like all that effort is for nothing. The author has a great name for this. He calls it the plateau of latent potential. It's that frustrating period where all the results of your work are there, but they're just hidden under the surface. And then the room hits 32 degrees. That one single degree, a shift that looks and feels exactly like all the ones that came before it, suddenly unlocks this massive transformation. The ice starts to melt. But here's the thing, that breakthrough wasn't caused by that last degree of heat. No way. It was the result of all the stored energy from every single degree that came before it. All that work finally had a chance to show itself. This quote just nails the idea perfectly. Breakthroughs aren't these random magical events. They're the visible payoff from all the small, consistent actions that came before them. All of that work building up until, finally, something big happens. Okay, so building good systems is huge. But it's only half the story. If we want to make change that really truly sticks, we have to go even deeper. It turns out it's not about what you want to achieve. It's about who you wish to become. According to the book, the number one mistake, the biggest reason we fail, is that we try to change our habits from the outside in. We get so fixated on the outcome we want, but we completely ignore the underlying beliefs about ourselves that are driving our behavior in the first place. So what we need to do is flip the whole script. Most people start at the top, with the outcome, the thing they want to get. But real, lasting change starts from the inside, with your identity, what you want to believe about yourself. See, the goal isn't just to read a book, it's to become a reader. The goal isn't to run a marathon, it's to become a runner. There's this one story from the book that makes this so clear. It's about a guy who'd been a nail-biter his entire life. One day, he just decides, that's it, I'm done, and through sheer willpower, he actually manages to stop for a little while. But it was this constant, exhausting struggle. Then he did something totally different, kind of on a whim. He went and got his first ever professional manicure. And for the first time, he saw his nails looking healthy and cared for. And all of a sudden, he started to feel proud of them. He wasn't a guy who's trying not to bite his nails anymore. He became someone who takes pride in his hands. The identity shifted, and the bad habit just vanished. For good. Okay, so we've got systems over goals and identity over outcomes. Sounds good, but how do we actually put this into practice every day? Well, the answer, surprisingly, isn't about having more willpower. It's about changing the world around you. And this is another one of those game-changing ideas. We always think of disciplined people as these heroes of self-control, right? Like they're constantly fighting off temptations. But the research shows that's just not how it works. Turns out, the people with the best self-control are usually the ones who have designed their lives so they barely ever have to use it. They aren't fighters, they're architects. A study at a Boston hospital proved this perfectly. Researchers wanted to get people to drink healthier stuff, but without lecturing them. So what did they do? They just changed the layout of the cafeteria. They added bottles of water to all the refrigerators that before had only held soda. And get this, over 3 months, with zero nagging, soda sales dropped by over 11% and water sales shot up by almost 26%, all from a simple change in design. And you can become the architect of your own world, starting tonight. You want to eat healthier? Stop hiding the apples in the crisper drawer and put them in a big bowl right on the kitchen counter. You want to draw more? Don't pack your pencils away. Leave them out on your desk where you can see them. Make the cues for your good habits super obvious and easy. And this all brings us to the core idea, the thing that ties everything together, the incredible, almost unbelievable power of tiny, what the book calls atomic habits. It's so easy to dismiss getting just 1% better every day. I mean, 1%, it feels like nothing. It's barely noticeable. But the long-term impact of that tiny improvement when it's compounded day after day is, well, it's absolutely mind-blowing. Habits really are the compound interest of self-improvement. It's just like money in a savings account. On any given day, the interest you earn seems tiny, insignificant, but over time it multiplies and grows into something remarkable. Your habits work the exact same way. Small gains add up to extraordinary results. So what's the big takeaway here? It's that true, lasting change isn't about setting goals. It's about the systems you build and the identity you choose to adopt. Every single action you take is like casting a vote for the type of person you want to become. So the real question isn't what you want to achieve. It's who are you choosing to be one tiny habit at a time.